Musicians Institute Guitarcraft Program, sponsor of Fox 17 Rock and Review.
The Rock and Review, my special guest today, Sylvia. You probably know her from all of her great hits through the 70s and 80s and everything. ACM Female Vocalist of the Year. 4 million albums sold, is that right?
That's right. That's right. It's hard to believe, but yeah.
You know, the last time we caught up back in 2016, too, you had your new album then. Well, you've got another one now releasing June 8th, and this is Second Bloom.
Yes.
And we wanted to make sure, Sylvia, that a lot of, you know, your fans and viewers know that this isn't just like a greatest hits.
No, this is, everything has been totally re-recorded. And there's strings on 6 of the 10 songs.
Yeah.
It was really fun to do. John Mock, my co-producer and good friend,
right.
for the last 27 years we've been working together making music. We've done another record here, and I really love the idea that calling it Second Bloom, because I wanted these songs to bloom a second time.
Right.
And I think it's a way for me to bloom a second time as well.
Well, I think the nice thing too, Sylvia, is that you can still recognize the lyrics because you have so many great, you know, iconic hit songs. But also, I think it sort of brings them into now with the arrangements, with the different instrumentation. The band behind you sounds great.
Thank you. I mean, there's some stellar players on this record. Yeah. Well, I just think the fans, I think, are going to be pleasantly surprised.
I think so too.
That it's reminiscent of the old recordings from the 80s, but it sounds brand new. It sounds like these songs could have been recorded for the first time today.
Well, you know, and we were talking about, you know, the old fanfare days, which is now CMA Fest, and you're going to be playing, and you're going to be doing a signing, even on the June 8th release date. You're going to be at Ernest Tubbs Records signing these.
Yes, on the June 8th at 4:30. I'll be down on Broadway there at Ernest Tubbs
And then
Record
performing
Shop.
that evening.
Yes, at Piranha's Bar and Grill. We'll be there at 7 o'clock, so I would love the fans to come out and see us there.
Well, you know, and I was talking about the album too, and obviously, you know, I miss the old vinyl days, and the pictures are so great on here. You said John took these, and it looked like you went to like Cheekwood or something with all the blooming trees and with the dogwoods, and I mean,
believe it or not, it's in my backyard. We couldn't believe the timing that this record really has a springtime, all about blooming and flowers.
Right.
And we happened to be taking the pictures right in the middle of the burst of spring.
Well,
so.
I'll tell you what, the pictures look incredible, and I especially, you know, when people buy the album, be sure and check out inside this picture with Sylvia from 1982.
Yes, I'm with Kai Fleming and Dennis Morgan and Tom Collins, who produced the record.
Right.
And Kai and Dennis wrote Nobody and Tumbleweed and Drifter and songs hopefully y'all will remember.
Oh, totally. I think everyone
But if people want
remembers.
to go to my website, that's where they can get the album.
Yeah,
SylviaMusic.com.
And if they download it, you know, if they buy it now ahead of time before it releases, they get the gratification track.
Yes, you get Like Nothing Ever Happened. You get the whole song.
Wow,
right now.
That is so cool. You know, we were talking earlier, you know, from your past album when you and I caught up, Sylvia, and you've got a guest on here.
Yes, that's my baby. Her name is Kate, and Kate with a C, like Kate Blanchett, the actress, because she's a redhead. Yeah, she just happened to wander into the shot.
Because really, when I saw the picture on here, Sylvia, it looks like she posed. It looked like you had like, you know, a dog handler with Kate going, okay, look over here.
Yeah.
And she was on your last album too. And so, do you think on the next album that Kate will have her own agent also?
Probably
and be
so.
on tour with you?
Yeah, I'll have to probably pay her fee or something. I don't know. Extra treats.
Yeah, upper food, you know, more walks. You know, we were talking earlier too, Sylvia, to where you've got so much going on this year. In August, you're going to be at a songwriter deal.
Yes, in Gatlinburg. I'll be at the Smoky Mountain Songwriter Festival. In fact, I'll be singing a song or two at the opening of the festival. And
How exciting.
That's on the 16th of August, and then on the 17th I'll be doing a show. So, yeah.
You know, and it's so funny because last time we talked too, and I think it was before we even did the interview, I brought up, it's like, you need to do an autobiography and everything. and like you said, now even it's like going, you're having so much fun with the music, and that you and John are already working on like 4 new songs for the next album.
Yes, we are. So this is, you know, this is not a one-time thing. We're not going away.
But it's so great. I think your fans are coming along for the ride too.
Yes.
And you know, and like I brought up too, you know, looking at pictures, you know, with you, you know, starting out, you know, you were with so many of these, you know, huge artists at the time that have, you know, retired or passed and stuff like that. So you may have to write down some of those stories, the ones that you can tell from the road. I mean, I know some, you know.
Well, yeah, some that better left unspoken. But you know, I was really lucky to get to work with people like Kenny Rogers and the Oak Ridge Boys and the Statler Brothers and you name it. I mean, just everybody that was hot during that time. It's like you get Alabama.
Right.
it was a really cool
And you were out touring with them.
time. Yes, I was out there on the road, and I was working over 200 days a year on the road, concert dates. Yes.
So now it's a little nicer, though. Now you can kind of do it at your own pace.
Yes.
You know, as you're doing the music and time with Kate. And, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah, and we're gearing back up. We would really like to get out on the road, maybe 75 to 100 dates a year over the next year or two.
I
So
think that would-
we're gearing up to make that happen.
Now, I also thought, you know, we were talking before the cameras rolling, Sylvia, to where I thought it was so nice that you made mention of your voice teacher in here in the credits.
Yes, I've been working with the same voice teacher for over 30 years, and he just recently retired, and so now I have a new voice teacher. But Gerald Arthur,
Right.
I quote him in the little note
Yeah,
I
in
write
the liner.
inside, because he said something that was very important. He says that everything in your life shows up in your voice. And that was a real incentive for me to make this record, Second Bloom, because a lot of life has happened between the early 1980s when all these songs were early and mid 1980s when they were recorded until now.
Right.
You know, I'm a different person in some ways as far as how life shapes you, and your perspective on life changes. And so I think all of my life experience and who I am shows up in a different way, that gives these songs a new depth.
Well, and I thought it was so neat too, Sylvia, like we were talking to where not only is it a second bloom with your music, but also with the photos with the tree blooming around you.
I
You know,
can't
the
believe it.
only thing that I missed in here was, did you hide a dragonfly in here anywhere? Because usually you have a
Yeah.
hidden dragonfly, sort of like your
my
necklace today.
my necklace has a dragonfly
You
on
always
it.
have the dragonflies
I
with
love
you.
the symbolism. I am so about metaphor, and that's why Second Bloom is really a metaphor for the record.
Right.
And dragonflies are really symbolic of using your imagination and creativity, and I am steeped in creativity these days.
Yes, you are. It is a second bloom for you. Well, I was going to bring up to our viewers also, what's the best place to follow you on social media, with the web, everything like that?
Yes, well, you can find me on all the social media as
Okay.
far as Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. But the best way you can reach me, just a one stop, is my website, sylviamusic.com.
And also, we were talking
Yeah.
earlier, Sylvia, everything that you're doing with CMA Fest will be listed on the website also, right?
Yes, yes.
So all the
It's
fans that are coming to Nashville,
my
they
tour
can-
schedule, everything.
They can get on there and they can find everywhere you will be signing the album and performing. And
That's
it,
right.
and it releases the Friday, June 8th.
That's
coming
right.
up. It's like, it's hard to believe. It's so close. Yeah, and so you'll be at Ernest Tubbs signing these. And
Yes.
so get your own copy. It's a great album. I'll tell you what, folks, I've listened to it and you'll recognize the lyrics, but the new instrumentation, I think, and your voice sounds as strong or stronger than ever.
Thank you. Thank you. I hope so. I've sure been working on it all these years, so.
And be sure and catch her on tour also. Hop on her website and you'll be able to see everywhere that Sylvia is. Pick up a copy, Second Bloom by Sylvia. Thanks for watching The Rockin' Review.
Bye.
Musicians Institute Guitarcraft program, sponsor of Fox 17 Rock and Review.